It is now HERZDAY on the Cubbie Corner. We welcome you back for a special edition of the program. Brendan King with Max Toma, tossing it back to Cubs Convention yet again here on the 2023 offseason edition of the Cubbie Corner. Max, your interview with one of the top pitching prospects in the Chicago Cubs organization, a guy we know well, left-hander DJ Herz. How was that?
Yeah, fun to talk to him. Last year we talked a lot about golf. He had just won a night golf competition with some other players out in Arizona. This year, he's talking a lot about fishing. We knew that Jeremiah Estrada was a big fisher when he was in South Bend, and as he's progressed through the system, so is HERZDAY. He talked about some guys he's been fishing with in the team when he was in South Bend. Eduardo Nunez, one of the guys he talks about. But
yeah,
DJ's just made so many strides, and he got called up to Double-A last year. It didn't go probably as well as he would have liked. Not quite the seamless transition that we saw maybe with a Jordan Wicks, but super excited to see what HERZDAY has in store this year. I mean, we've seen him when he's at his best. He is as good as anybody. I think about that start in Dayton this year where he punched out 12, he punched out 8 in a row. It all started with a diving catch on a bunt attempt from the Reds' #1 prospect, Elly De La Cruz. He talks about that in the interview. And I mean, I think we're both really excited to see what's in store for DJ here in 2023.
Nobody keeps hitters more off balance than DJ Herz when he is on, and that start in Dayton was definitely a great example. We're bringing it back to Cubs Convention for Max's interview with DJ Herz. Enjoy it.
Max Toma joined by one of the best pitchers in the Cubs farm system in DJ Herz. DJ, first off, it's your first Cubs convention. You got in here yesterday. Now it's Saturday. How's it been interacting with all the fans so far? I know you just came from your autograph session downstairs.
Man, it's honestly been like surreal. I can't believe I'm honestly here right now, but it's an amazing opportunity and experience for not just me, but like all the other prospects that this is their first time too. And I'm just glad to be here and see Wrigley faithful. It's surreal.
I asked Owen Casey a question. I want to ask you a similar one, which is in the sense that, many fans have listened and watched your games in Myrtle Beach and South Bend, in Tennessee this year as well. But now you get to see them in person, and you get to see Chicago Cubs fans, not just Myrtle Beach Pelicans fans as well. What's that been like, interacting with them?
Man, it's been great. They'll come and tell me some stuff that I don't even remember, and it's like, wow, you remember that? That's cool. And just being able to make their days by signing something or just having a conversation or telling them, hope you have a great day, it's awesome.
So when I talked to you last offseason and during the season, you had never been to a major league ballpark. That has changed. Tell me about your first experience.
It has changed. I was kind of hoping the first time I went to Wrigley was the first time I pitched, but I got invited to the prospect camp after the season, and they took us out to two, 3 games, and it was just such a cool experience to be there. And then here, go Cubs go, after the Cubs won, and it was just awesome.
Were you singing along?
Yeah, they made everybody sing it.
It's about as catchy as possible.
It is catchy.
So what have you been up to so far this offseason?
To be honest, I've just been trying to gain weight, trying to gain muscle, just getting stronger and add some velo. Other than that, just working on the command, and we added a new pitch, but just working on my strengths, working on my weaknesses.
We'll get to the pitches and new pitches in a bit, but I do want to ask you, away from the field in the offseason, I know last year you said you won a night golf 9-hole tournament, I think, glow-in-the-dark golf. How's the golf game in the swing looking this year so far?
Man, I've taken off golf for a while. I've played maybe like 2 or 3 times in season, and then out of season I played maybe once or twice, but it's probably really rusty. But I got a new hobby, it's fishing.
Fishing?
Yeah, dude, I love fishing. I love catching me some bass, but I'm having a great time with fishing right now.
Who are the other big fishermen in the organization? I know I think Sam Weeder told me that, was it Luke Little or Porter Hodge was a fisherman last year? And
Cohen's a big fisher. Rest in peace, Chris Clark. But Chris Clark was my go-to guy to fish with, and so was Estrada. Estrada was an awesome fisherman.
I see Estrada posting.
And also CD Pelham. But yeah, them guys are the guys I usually go fishing with. Okay, so actually, Nunez too.
Yeah?
Nunez. I fished with Nunez once, and it was a pretty cool experience.
I could see Noonie being a good fisher. Okay, if we went back to the golf game just quickly, if it was me and BK versus you and somebody else in the farm system, who would you pick to take down BK and you? You could probably take anybody.
Let's see. I'll probably take Cohen's a pretty solid golfer. Yeah, I'd go with Cohen.
Okay, let's get into some real stuff though. Okay, Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, T.J. Walker. Who is your favorite Carolina Panthers quarterback this year?
Oh, trash. But no, I'll take Sam. I'll take Sam Darnold. Yeah, over anybody. He brought the Carolina Panthers back. We almost made a playoff run if we would have beat the Bucs, and Tom Brady had a career game. Mike Evans didn't even have a touchdown all season, and then 3 out of nowhere. It was ridiculous. But definitely Sam Darnold.
Okay, so if we get to some actual baseball stuff, you had 17 incredible starts with South Bend. Struggled a little bit at the next level with Double A after the promotion. But overall, how would you characterize a very solid 2022?
Oh, man, it was amazing. I think the biggest thing was just getting more experience with high advanced hitters, and especially up in Double A. I never experienced anything like that where guys just lay off. They know what they want to do. They know how to approach the at-bat, and they laid off on a lot of my stuff. So it just taught me that I need to be more in zone. It taught me that these guys aren't going to chase this. So it was just a big learning experience year for me, and I take off and I always adjust. So I think that's the biggest thing for me was just learning this year.
So what was the biggest thing you learned in your time, at least so far in Double A?
Man, you got those strikes. That's the biggest thing. You just got to be in the zone. Once you're in the zone and you can command the zone, like, everything else opens up, and that's when, like, I start striking everybody out. But just getting in the zone is the biggest thing for me.
So if we're talking about striking everybody out, that start you had versus Dayton this year when you had the career-high 12 Ks, struck out 8 guys in a row, it looked like you were just an absolute world beater that day. You hit that 0-2 count late, hit the guy with the fastball, came back, struck out the next guy. I think your last pitch was like 95, 96 miles an hour. What's it like, mentally when you're out there on the mound and you know that you can be that dominant to an opposing lineup?
Man, it's a great feeling because, like, you feel like no matter what you do, you're going to throw a strike. You can get 3-0 and you still can come back. But honestly, like, the game started off with a double off the wall, and I was like, oh, here's about to be a grinding start. And then I remember Ellie De La Cruz comes up, bunts, and I make a dive and catch with Pablo, and everything just flipped from that moment. I had all the momentum. Everything was just going my way, and that dive and catch, I think, switched the whole entire game, and that's when we really took off.
I don't think any of us were expecting Ellie De La Cruz to go out there and drop down a bunt after someone just hit one.
Yeah, I didn't either.
How important was your time in South Bend and your time, learning from a guy like TC who's been the Cubs pitching coach the last 2 years?
Man, TC's awesome. The Cubs just got a lot of great pitching guys in the organization. Starting from Morty. Morty's the man, and TC was great. He was great with the analytics, the iPad, and anything just on, like, what to do, like how to throw these pitches, when to throw these pitches, how to work counts. TC was great. It seems like every level has a different type of, like, this is what they're good at, and TC was really good with the analytics side, and I was glad to go through him.
Okay, so my last question. I know last year, I think we talked in January, and I asked you for a Super Bowl prediction. You gave me the Bengals. Oh, so close. Who's your Super Bowl winner this year?
I feel like everybody's picking the Bills, but I don't like going with the public. I think
Fade the public, baby. Fade the public.
I think it's going to either be the Chiefs or the 49ers. The 49ers got a really good squad, but I think it's really hard to beat Patrick Mahomes. I really do.
Okay, I got a couple of fan questions for you as well. First off, what's your go-to order at Taco Bell?
I always get 3 crunchy tacos, 2 soft tacos with no lettuce, and then
You got lettuce on the first 3, though?
Yeah, on the first 3, but not on the soft one. And then I usually finish it off with 2 Cinnabons.
Boom. That's a good order.
Yes,
That's a good order. And then, cup of courtesy of Todd Johnson. Now we get to the nitty-gritty stuff. Are you working on adding a cutter, slider, or both?
So right now we are adding a slider, and we want it a little bit more harder. So kind of like in between a cutter and a slider, so like a slutter kind of. And it's coming along pretty good. We just threw our first bullpen with it, and, like, there's a couple pitches. Like, obviously I'm still learning it, but there's been a couple pitches where it's like, whoa, this is really good, and it's you can see the difference on the changeup and the curveball and the slider, but it's coming along really good, and we're working hard to figure it out.
So is that a pitch we're going to be seeing on opening day
come
April?
We'll be seeing it.
All right.
We'll be mixing it in there.
Perfect. Appreciate the time, DJ.
Awesome. Thank you.